Welcome to our Middle East Briefing program. Today, we delve into the urgent discussions among European leaders who gathered in Paris to address the ongoing war in Ukraine. With a focus on ensuring a ceasefire is paired with a solid peace agreement, these leaders are emphasizing the importance of unity and cooperation in the face of escalating tensions. President Macron's summit highlighted the risks of a ceasefire without a corresponding peace deal, especially with US-Russia talks looming on the horizon. In sports news, Al-Nassr faced off against Persepolis in the AFC Champions League, but without their star player Cristiano Ronaldo, the match ended in a goalless draw. Fortunately for Al-Nassr, they had already secured their spot in the knockout stage. Meanwhile, other Saudi clubs like Al-Ahli and Al-Hilal are making waves by advancing further in the tournament, showcasing the competitive spirit of Saudi football. Lastly, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio met with Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman to discuss the ongoing Israel-Gaza conflict. The talks centered around the need for a ceasefire that would promote regional security and the release of hostages by Hamas. This meeting signals a significant diplomatic effort as the U.S. seeks to navigate complex relationships in the region while addressing pressing humanitarian concerns. Please stay tuned for more detailed coverage. South China Morning Post reports that European leaders gathered in Paris to discuss the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, emphasizing the need for security guarantees while cautioning against a ceasefire that lacks a concurrent peace agreement. French President Emmanuel Macron convened this meeting following U.S. President Donald Trump's initiative for peace talks with Russia, which notably excluded European allies and Ukraine. Key figures in attendance included British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, and Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, among others. An EU official highlighted the consensus that a ceasefire without a peace deal could be perilous, aligning with Trump's peace through strength philosophy. According to BBC, the emergency summit at the Élysée Palace underscored the urgency of European involvement in the peace process, especially as US-Russia talks are set to unfold in Saudi Arabia. Notably, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky announced that Ukraine would not participate in these discussions, raising concerns about the exclusion of Ukraine from critical negotiations about its future. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz reiterated the necessity for a collaborative security strategy between Europe and the US, while Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk insisted that no decisions regarding Ukraine should be made without its direct involvement. In sports news, the Associated Press highlights Al-Nassr's recent match against Persepolis, where the Saudi Arabian team, missing star player Cristiano Ronaldo, ended in a goalless draw. This match marked the conclusion of the AFC Champions League group stage, with Al-Nassr having already secured their spot in the knockout rounds. Despite the draw, Al-Nassr finished third in their group, trailing behind fellow Saudi clubs Al-Ahli and Al-Hilal. The report also mentions Al-Ahli's impressive victory over Al-Gharafa, showcasing the talents of former Premier League players who contributed to the team's success. South China Morning Post reports that U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio engaged in crucial discussions with Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman regarding the ongoing Gaza conflict. The talks, which took place in Riyadh, focused on ensuring any future agreements would enhance regional security. Rubio emphasized the need for a ceasefire in Gaza and the release of hostages held by Hamas, including American citizens. The discussions also touched on shared interests in Syria, Lebanon, and the security of the Red Sea. Notably, the U.S. plan for Gaza, which has faced significant criticism from Arab nations, was not mentioned during the talks, highlighting the complex dynamics at play in the region. Australian Broadcasting Corporation reveals that the U.S. has resumed sending powerful 2,000-pound -84 Malawian Quachas bombs to Israel, capable of devastating impacts on buildings and causing significant civilian casualties. This decision follows a temporary halt by President Biden, who had expressed concerns over civilian deaths in Gaza. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz praised the delivery, framing it as vital support for the Israeli Defense Forces. The timing of this shipment is seen as a strategic move, signaling to Hamas and Iran that the U.S. backs Israel's military capabilities. Experts warn that the use of such bombs in densely populated areas raises serious legal and humanitarian concerns, with ongoing debates surrounding the potential for war crimes. South China Morning Post highlights a modern renaissance in rattan furniture, which has surged in popularity due to its sustainability and aesthetic appeal. Once perceived as a cheap material, rattan is now being celebrated as a luxury item, with local artisans in Hong Kong reviving traditional crafts. Exhibitions showcasing contemporary interpretations of rattan pieces, such as the iconic peacock chair, demonstrate its evolution from a nostalgic symbol of beauty to a modern design staple. Designers like Abi Abdillah and Alvin Chitrawarjo are at the forefront of this revival, emphasizing the cultural significance of rattan and its sustainable nature. As consumers increasingly seek natural materials, rattan's resurgence reflects a broader trend towards environmentally conscious design. Yahoo US reports that Premier League clubs are eyeing Jamie Gittins, with Borussia Dortmund demanding a staggering £85 million for the 20-year-old winger. Meanwhile, Manchester United has encountered difficulties in their pursuit of Victor Osimhen, the Nigerian striker currently on loan at Galatasaray, as his Champions League ambitions and wage demands complicate the potential transfer. Manchester City is also in the mix, showing interest in Bayer Leverkusen's Florian Wirtz, a 21-year-old midfielder, as they prepare for a future without Kevin De Bruyne. Additionally, the summer transfer window may see Bernardo Silva attracting offers from clubs across Spain, Portugal, and Saudi Arabia. The South China Morning Post highlights China's advancements in the low-altitude economy, a burgeoning sector encompassing drones and urban air mobility. At the recent CES show, Xpeng Aeroht unveiled its innovative land aircraft carrier, showcasing China's leadership in the drone market, which captures over 70% globally. The government's centralized control over production resources has fostered rapid growth in this sector, allowing for coordinated infrastructure development and strict safety standards. The integration of agricultural drones is revolutionizing farming, enabling rural communities to connect with urban markets more efficiently and improving access to essential services. This strategic approach not only aims to generate jobs but also positions China as a potential global leader in low-altitude technology. The New York Times reports on a crucial meeting of European leaders in Paris, where discussions revolved around a coordinated response to the ongoing war in Ukraine and the potential for future security guarantees. With Ukraine facing significant territorial challenges and Russia suffering heavy casualties, the conversation included the implications of any peace deal that may require painful concessions from Kiev. President Volodymyr Zelensky's recent diplomatic efforts in the UAE, focusing on prisoner exchanges and the return of Ukrainian children, reflect the complexities of the situation. As the West contemplates reducing sanctions against Russia in light of a settlement, the broader geopolitical landscape remains tense, with implications for military spending and long-term security in the region. CNN reports that President Donald Trump is seeking to leverage his strong relationship with Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman to negotiate a resolution to the ongoing war in Ukraine. The prince, known for his diplomatic efforts, is expected to facilitate a peace deal, enhancing Saudi Arabia's role on the global stage. With a potential summit between Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin on the horizon, Riyadh has emerged as a neutral ground for discussions, contrasting with European nations that have condemned Russia's actions. Trump has fond memories of his previous visit to Saudi Arabia, marked by grand ceremonies, and is keen to solidify his ties with the Crown Prince, who has maintained close relations with Putin. This meeting could be pivotal, as it would be Trump's second major summit with Putin, highlighting a unique rapport that sets him apart from his predecessors. The backdrop of ongoing geopolitical tensions and Trump's controversial plans regarding Gaza complicate the dynamics, but both leaders appear eager to find common ground, with financial investments from Saudi Arabia potentially influencing Trump's stance. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Great dragon wakes ancient streets, leading change with modern beats. Cities rise and towers peak, new dawn breaking, bold and sleek. From the Great Wall to Shanghai, progress moves as kites fly high. Tech and trade, it's all in play, future shines brighter every day. Great dragon will change, the cars marching strong with mighty force. Whoa. New era, new wave, fast-paced day, history made in full display. Politics Politicians make their plea, voices blend in harmony. Policies for growth and peace, ambitions never cease. Dreams of silk and digital, bridging gaps from old to new. Fortunes build and bonds renew, nations strengthen, bold review. Traditions hold, but minds explore. East meets west and knowledge door. Complex world they navigate, China's power demonstrates. From the Great Wall to Shanghai, progress moves as kites fly high. Tech and trade, it's all the play. Future shines brighter every day. Great dragon roars, shakes the course, marching strong with mighty force. New era, new way, fast-paced day. History made in bold display. Politicians make their plea, voices blend in harmony. Policies for growth and peace, ambitions their growth and peace. New era, new way, fast-paced day. History made in bold display. History made in bold display. Politicians make their plea, voices blend in harmony. Policies for growth and peace, ambitions never cease. Dreams of silk and digital, bridging gaps from old to new. Fortunes build and bonds renew, nations strengthen, bold review. Traditions hold, but minds explore. East meets west, that knowledge door. Complex world they navigate,